hopefully. Okay, cool. Um, all right. So, good evening. Uh, I am, hate that. I have to select it like 17 times. Okay, anyway, uh, I am here this evening. I'm a little bit nervous about this live stream, because I don't think it's gonna make me any friends. But I have to, I have to, because I found stuff, and I found stuff. Um, so if I'm gonna open up a new tab on this because I forgot I closed this one and I didn't mean to. So if you've been on art YouTube or uh Facebook or any of those social media places, and you've probably seen ads like I have for this Fuumuui watercolor brand, and I'd never heard of it. When I first saw it, and I was like, "Oh, interesting," I'll look at it. And I kept seeing it, and the more I saw it, the more I was like, I don't like this, because I have to poop on everybody's parade. Um, but I saw the palettes and I went, "Oh, those are pretty," and then I really looked at the palettes and I went, "Oh, those are awful. Um, those those are not good palettes. Those are bad palettes." And um it really frustrated me. It frustrated me a lot because I had so many ads and so many people like reviewing this, and I'm not saying they all are, like lying or anything like that. They were paid to do a review and they gave it a positive review. That doesn't mean they didn't like it and they lied and said, "Oh, they're great." But I just thought that a lot of people are missing um some glaring things that I noticed about these palettes, um that I thought were kind of uh suspicious, let me say, because they're, and I did a short on this a few weeks ago. Their marketing seems to be all about, at least what I've seen for like shorts and stuff, is like how aesthetic the aesthetic of the palettes, not necessarily like the paints and what the paints can do, but more what the overall look of the palette. Like, this one palette you can see here, this one is the Dreamy Macaron set. Now, one thing I found really interesting is this is Dreamy Macaron, but it doesn't say that anywhere on the packaging. Um, there's now they have recently changed their packaging. I guess at least I saw that on their website, or like this one where it's all these kind of like orangey brown, very fall set. Um, and then there's another one that's this one. This is the gray set. Um, so they're all kind of like this theme. Oh, here's a better look at it. Gray toned set. So they're all kind of like themed around an idea, uh, which isn't bad. Like there are plenty of watercolor sets that are like that, where they're themed around like an idea. Um, but these ones just kind of, I don't know. They're weird. They're weird. Um, and I don't, I don't like them. I've kind of been on a warpath against these ever since I first saw them because it was like, these are, I hate them. I hate them. So I thought what I would start with is first off, there's a lot of reviews. There's a lot of good reviews, I haven't seen necessarily like a bad review, but I have seen people compare them to other sets that are similar, like Gonzai Tambi and stuff, and said like, oh, I'd or Boku, what was the name of that one? There's another brand that makes Gonzai paints. And they're comparing those and saying, hey, would you buy these or these, whatever. Anyway, so I thought we would start with looking at Fuumui's website and seeing what they say about themselves, and what their kind of, no, I think I do want to go back up to 100%. What they say their goal is as a company. And then we'll kind of get into what do they make, comparable palettes, and kind of what I discovered about, sorry, I'm going to move this one over here, and this one over here, and this one over here. Sorry. Okay. Comparable palettes, and then we'll kind of go into like what I discovered about this brand. So this is on Fuumui's website. This is their About Us. So what I gathered from this is that they started out as a paintbrush company. I have not looked at the paintbrushes at all. I haven't. I've seen some reviews. They don't seem to be getting great reviews. Like not everybody's raving about them like they do the paints. But they seem to have started at with the paintbrushes. But I'm not sure. Like I have not gone down the paintbrush route. I've only gone on the, hey, what's up with these paints? Because the paintbrushes, that's harder. I'd have to see them. I'd have to hold them. I'd have to look, do the reverse image search and all that stuff. Sorry. I needed a drink. Anyway, so Fuumuui is a phonetic ode to the lineage that defines us, father, mother, and I. It represents the perfect symbiosis of art and industry. So father, the artist, he represents the vision. As a dedicated artist, he taught us that a brush is an extension of the soul. His demanding standards for performance ensure that our tools meet the rigorous needs of professional creation. Mother, the maker, she represents the foundation. With over 30 years of experience leading top-tier brush manufacturing enterprise, she brings unparalleled expertise. I can't talk. Unparalleled expertise in materials and the discipline of traditional craftsmanship. I, the innovator, represents the bridge, combining my father's artistic demands with my mother's manufacturing mastery. I am forging a future where professional grade tools are accessible to all. So I want you to keep that in mind, the accessible to all, because we're going to come back to that later. Fuumuui is the convergence of this lineage. We are more than a brand. We are the guardians of tradition. We believe that the tools an artist uses should be as soulful and enduring as the art they create. So obviously they're positioning themselves as this family brand. Like this is my mom and my dad and me. And that's where we started. And obviously with the brush, making the brushes. So we talk about father's painting studio and mom's workshop, kind of balancing between the two worlds. Market being polarized. Paintbrushes are either high quality but prohibitively expensive, or affordable but unreliable. Now I can kind of agree with that. I need to look and see when they were founded because I didn't look that up, and I just thought that that was probably something I should have looked up. Anyway, um, there are brands of paintbrushes out there that are affordable and that are very good. Um, the I've been painting for over 10 years. Let's see, when did I start? We had our first baby. It was after him. No, that's not right. No, I was in college because I got the Koi. My first watercolor set that I bought was the Koi watercolor set, travel watercolor set of like 30, I think. Yeah. And I bought that in college. So it's been, and that was like 2013, 2014. So it's been on and off for about 12 years ish. I'd say I seriously started watercolor around 2018. I think no, it was before then. Yeah, I'd say about 2018 is when I really started. Like, I got my first professional set. I got a set of Daniel Smith watercolors. And I still use those. I still have them. But anyway, as I was saying, there are good brushes out there that you can use. Princeton has good brushes. The silver black velvet, yeah, they're like they're pricey, but you can buy one brush and use it for basically everything. That's what I do. I have a silver black velvet brush that I bought. Well, I had to rebuy my silver black velvet brush because my son decided that he was going to paint with acrylic paints with it and then not clean out the brush, and so he destroyed 3 of my very expensive brushes. Yeah, that was fun. It was like $80, $100 down the drain. I love my kids. Anyway, but like you can buy one silver black velvet brush and do most anything. See, I'm trying to think of what other brands I have. I have Princeton. I have silver black velvet. I got a couple Clancy Sable brushes. Surprisingly, I don't like those for watercolor. I prefer them more for like model painting and stuff. Um, but there are plenty of brushes out there. I mean, you can go to Hobby Lobby on any given day and get 5 or 6 brushes for $30. Depending on if you go when there's a sale, and there's generally a sale if you go on the right week. So, I don't know, depending on when they were founded, I would agree with this or not. I'm just not sure. Also, I'm looking at some of their brushes and going, oh my gosh, what in the world would you ever use that for? That's so funky. Like, okay, that one I get. But the one where it's like for this one, what the heck? What the heck is that? I don't comb brush? Like, these brushes are so, those I get.
That's got to be an AI.
No, it's not AI. They actually sell that. They actually, I don't know what you use it for, but they do sell those. They are not AI. This one I get. I've seen those. These I get. Those are Hakes. But yeah, this one I don't get. And these ones I've seen, I have seen people review, but they're not very good. Like, the idea is that it's a really fine point, but it stores a lot of water in the belly of the brush, and then it's got like this little like alfalfa hair spike in the middle. So you paint with the little alfalfa hair, and then
It seems like it would be ruined really easily.
well, actually, what the reviews that I saw was that like the water control was really bad. Like the water would just kind of like out compared to other brushes that have the same thing where like you can get a really fine point, but it holds a lot of water, like the synthetic squirrel brushes.
Yeah.
And those, the water like comes out in even pace and is very like smooth, and you have a lot of control. But that's what those ones are for. And like I said, the reviews for their brushes have not been that good. I will say that most people who review their brushes do not seem impressed by them. Which is interesting because that seems to be like their like foundation is brushes. I don't know anyone who's using these brushes. But maybe I'm just not creative enough. Um, anyway, so they talk about craftsmanship and heritage. That their brushes are. So we talked about prohibitively expensive, affordable, but unreliable. Realized we held the solution in our own hands, unlike other brands that outsource production. We'll talk about that. We are the source. Fuumuui was born from a desire to close this gap by leveraging our family's 30-year heritage in manufacturing and our deep roots in the artistic community. We cut out the premium markup, not the quality. Cut out the premium markup, not the quality.
Sounds like what a business would do. Yeah, sure.
Handmade with soul. We are more than just a brand. We are guardians of tradition. Every Fuumuui brush is meticulously handcrafted by artisans who have been with our family for years. We believe the tools of the artist uses should be as soulful and enduring as the art they create. So they already said that before. Sustainability, craftsmanship and heritage, innovation and exploration. Yeah, innovation is interesting. Okay. I will give them that. Freedom of expression. Our mission, we are on a mission to give every artist, whether a seasoned professional or enthusiastic beginner, the tools they need to succeed. We strive to create products that allow artists to unleash their full potential, crafting with precision, passion, and freedom. By offering an extensive range of brushes, from Kolinsky Sable watercolor brushes to premium synthetic alternatives, to calligraphy brushes and acrylic and oil brushes. So they're not just watercolor. They do acrylic and oil brushes too. So they cover the whole gambit. We ensure that no matter the medium or the technique, there is a perfect Fuumuui brush for every artist. Our brushes are developed in close collaboration with artists, ensuring that each product meets the highest standard of quality and performance. And our vision, from our flagship Kolinsky watercolor brushes to our full range of art supplies like paper, palettes, and pigments, our vision is to become the most trusted art supply brand for creators worldwide, ensuring that every artist, regardless of their medium, has the perfect tool to bring their vision to life. We are building a community where artists can find inspiration, guidance, and a platform to showcase their work, because art is a journey and we are here to walk it with you. So, that is Fuumui's About Us. This is what they say. Okay, so now we're going to look at their products. And I'm going to start with these. Here we go. These palettes. Okay. So, we will start here. So they have a bunch of these palettes, seen all of these all over social media, mostly the Dreamy Macaron, the Muted Color, started to see the Warm Terracotta. I've seen a little bit of the Vivid Colors, but not very much, and I have not seen this Earthy Color or Timeless Tones at all. It's mostly been these three. There are these two, actually, the Muted Color and the Dreamy Macaron. And a little bit of the Warm Terracotta, but not very, very much. So these are $43.99. And they're on sale. Look at that. They are on sale. They are 44% off right now. They used to be $80. Look at that. $80. Man, that's a pricey palette, I tell you what. 24 colors. You know what? I'm gonna look at something actually. I want to pull this into a new tab because I don't want to. I'm gonna go to Amazon real quick here and look at something because on Amazon you can see the price history. And that is what I want to know.
Forget that you can do that.
Yeah, you can. You can see the price history, which I think is very interesting. I want to open this tab and actually, you know what? I'll just sign out of Amazon. Can I do that? Actually, shoot.
What did you sign out for?
I don't want to show my name because it's on my Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, but I can't see the price changes now. Shoot.
Probably because it's locked by region.
Oh, yeah, you know what? That would be true. Okay, so what we'll do instead is
make sure you're not showing that on stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb. That's why I'm not getting the message. Wait. Why isn't that working? Erg. There we go.
This is a really weird section, honey. The chest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Just let me back in, please. There we go. Okay. All right. So now I can see the price history. Haha. Okay. So, I guess you'll just have to, like, check it out on your own. Because I'm not going to show my Amazon. Anyway. So, if I'm looking at the last 3 months, on Amazon, the highest price that this set reached was $50, and that was late July, early August. It peaked for a very short period of time, and then it came back down to settle at this. Right now, it was like $45-ish. And then it spiked, and now it's down to $37. So I don't think that this price is changing very much. So $43. But lucky you get it on sale because it used to be $80. I've never seen it at the full price of $80, and I've looked at this website several times. It's always been on sale. So that makes me suspicious, right? Because if something is always on sale, you know, there's like those sites where they have like there's a sale going on right now for like the next 2 hours, and then they have the little counter at the top, and then you refresh the page and the counter starts over again. It reminds me of that, where it's a marketing tactic, not a hey, we're having a sale. I compare this to like other small brands that I follow, like A Gallo. A Gallo rarely has a sale. They're doing more sales now because their products are like they're not selling out every month. They used to sell out every month, but they've gotten their production to a point now where like you can go to their website and buy the paints pretty regularly, which is nice. But like they didn't used to, they do sales around holidays maybe, or stuff like that. That's how I got my first a yellow palette. But yeah, I just something's always on sale. That's not the sale price. That's the actual price, and the price that they're saying is the MSRP is. It never really was that price, right? So that's sketchy. And they want to be the most trusted. They want to be the most trusted, right? But then they're using tactics like that. It doesn't make me trust them very much. So anyway, okay, so I wanted to look at this Dreamy Macron palette, and this was what first made me notice that something was off. And now that I'm looking at it, there's something else that's very off about this. And I'll get into that in a little bit. This palette, I hate it. I hate this palette. I hate it so much. They're all the same freaking color. You have a yellow, an orange, a pink, a purple, a blue, and a green. That's 6 colors. They're telling you, oh, it's a 24 color set. Look at all these beautiful 24 color set. Okay, let's look at them. Let's actually look at them. What?
I have something in my finger.
Oh.
Like a sliver or something.
Well, I mean, you play slivers, so you deserve it.
I don't play them that much. I only have like 3 different sliver decks.
You own slivers. You have a built sliver deck. You deserve slivers.
Thank you.
I love you.
Oh, you should send me your little monster. I want to make him a character for me to stream with.
Oh.
That I can just stream him to you.
Well, but I would do that, except that I made him from a tutorial.
Oh.
He's not my design.
Oh, you should design a version of him, similar-ish but different, and make it me.
I'll think about it.
Or I could just use my own.
Yeah, use your owl. I'll think about it though. I'll see what if I ever have time from the multitude of projects that I have going.
I'm gonna give you more projects.
That's what I need. More projects, please. Give me more projects. Okay, so this palette. Okay, so let's really look at this palette. Okay, so we're gonna start here. So their symbols here are, the circle is the opacity, so obviously all of these are opaque. They're just all opaque. And then the stars is their light fastness. Light fastness scale for them goes 1 star to 5 stars, with 1 star being limited light fastness and 5 stars being the best light fastness. Now you notice, shut up. On this chart, most of these are 1 star. Except for this light lemon color and then the ice blue and cerulean blue. Those are the only 3 colors that have any light fastness at all. And that's, if you're trying to sell for professionals, that's a problem, because light fastness, I won't use a paint if I don't think it's light fast. Not that I sell a lot of my work. I try, but I don't. But I won't use a paint if I don't think it's light fast. Because I want my work to last. I don't want it to fade. So I wouldn't touch these just because of the light fast rating. Like fluorescent pigments, which these have a lot of them. Fluorescent pink, fluorescent pink, fluorescent pink. Those are all fluorescent paint is or I cannot talk today. Fluorescent pigments are inherently not light fast. They will fade the quickest and the easiest, just by nature of being fluorescent. So, one thing you'll notice is that every single one of these colors has PW6 that is white. That's titanium white. They add that, one, to get the pastel look, and two, because PW6 is an opaque pigment. So you add titanium white to any of your paints and it becomes opaque. Really easy hack if you want to paint with gouache but you don't have any gouache and you don't want to go out and buy a set of gouache but you have watercolors, you can take a white titanium white gouache and you can mix it with your watercolors and it will make them more opaque. That's what I do. I have not bought a gouache set, although I still want to get a gouache set. I haven't bought one yet. And if I want that kind of gouache look, I'll just mix in some, I have like a Holbein titanium white, and I'll mix that with my watercolors, and ta-da! My watercolors are set in the gouache. Woo! Works really well. So that's one thing. They've added white to all of these, which means that everything is going to have that white tinge to it, if that makes sense. So then we have these kind of color pairs. So let's look at the blush pink and the orchid pink. Blush pink has PR81, PW6, fluorescent pink pigment, light fast rose red lake. I don't know what light fast rose red lake means. I have no idea. I've never heard of that. But it's in there. Okay. I'm guessing it's probably the PR81. Or maybe it's something else and they just don't have the pigment name on here. I don't know. Anyway, so it's PR81 and PW6. And then this orchid pink is the same thing. It's PR81 and PW6. So if we look at the palette, it's like this is the light tone and this is one is a little bit darker. But they're not that different. Like there's not that much difference here. Like you can see this one is just a little bit more red. This one's a little bit more of the pink. This one's a little bit more bubblegum. This one's a little bit more, again, the pink. So this is more of like your warm reds. And these are your cool reds. But they're so similar. Like you don't need orchid pink and twilight violet on the same palette. And then let's look at this. So they laced PW6 under this pink cosmos, which is just white. So if you just have white, this would be white. It would be a version of titanium white. And then they have again this light fast rose red lake. That must not be very light fast because PW6 is pretty light fast, but then they add in this light fast rose red lake and it only has 1 star. So that's weird. And then what is this pigment? They don't even tell us what that pigment is, just that it's this light fast rose red lake. What is that? Now the fluorescent pink pigment, I can understand because there's fluorescent pigments. And they're labeled fluorescent pigment, but this light fast rose red lake, I have no idea. I've never heard of rose red lake. There's oh shoot, what's that? Crimson lake? Is that right? Is that the color? Anyway, it's just weird. It's weird. There's so many weird things about this palette. So all these pinks are the same. Like, who needs this many 8 pinks in one palette? 8 pinks that are not that much different from each other. You don't need peach pink and rose pink in the same palette. You don't need soft pink and blush pink in the same palette. You don't need blush pink, soft pink, and pink cosmos in the same palette. They're all the same shade of pink. And I know somebody's going to come on here and they're going to be like, oh, they're all different. You just can't see colors. I can see colors. I can tell that there are 3 different colors. I can tell that. I know. You know who doesn't know? People buying your paintings. Like, they're the same color. It's the same color. The ice blue and the sky blue and the mint green are the same freaking color. There's not there's not enough of a difference between those 3 colors to put them on the same palette. There isn't. There's no reason to have all 3 of those colors on the same palette. They're too close together. And then you have the funkiness of the pigments that they're saying that they have in here. The light fastness ratings are crummy. They're all magically super opaque.
I like their wonderful print job too.
What? Oh yeah,
Light
with the
green.
light green, light green, lime green. Yeah, I noticed that too. But sap green, that gets the whole word. I thought at first that it might be just like a cutoff, you know? But then I saw the sap green and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's not a cutoff. That's a typo. So yeah, and you know, thoughtfully designed, blah blah blah. High coverage, even layers, effortless activation, charming macaron-inspired palette featuring soft, delicate hues with a gentle, dreamy aesthetic. Gentle, dreamy aesthetic, my foot. I don't care. There's too many colors that are the same. Or too close to be on the same palette. I'm sorry, there's no way this was painted with these colors. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Where is that red in that palette? Where is that red in that palette?
There's nowhere, like, no.
No. No. There's no purple that dark. There's no brown.
Also, I hate the splatter that they put on it.
I guess you could probably mix a brown. Well, you definitely can mix a brown, because if you mix too many of these colors together, you're going to get mud.
Well, yeah, you got to mix all of them.
But there's no way, there is absolutely no way with this palette you can mix that red. I can't click on that last one. There's no way with this palette, these colors, you can mix that red. It's impossible. And that's how they're advertising it. They're advertising it that way. Look, it's a beautiful painting. We painted that with these colors. No, you didn't. You did not. And something else. You didn't paint this with that palette either. There isn't a blue that's that color. Even if you look at their own swatches, there's not a blue that could make that color. There's no way.
Actually, go back and go zoom into that paintbrush some more.
The paintbrush?
Yeah.
That's one of their paintbrushes.
Does it actually have paint in it?
Yeah, it's got paint in it.
Okay.
I don't think it's AI. It could be. It could be, I suppose, what they could have done. Well, you know what? Let's see what, let's see if they have the same pictures for the other palettes. See, now on this one, they don't even list
What's in them?
what's in them. No, they don't list any of what's in them. They just have their company color names, which company color names means
Objection.
yeah, basically. You could paint that with this. Yeah. So that one's not as weird. And then we get to this one, and I don't like this one either. Because again, it suffers from the same thing. They're all the same color. Oh, actually, this one looks like it does more of what the other one does. Yeah, so you have the extra strong, normal, and limited. And then opaque, translucent, and opaque, translucent, and total transparent. You could just say transparent, but whatever. Okay. So at least we get the pigment colors on here, but then again we get like iron oxide yellow. That would be PR21 or PR481. I don't know. I don't understand what their pigment information is weird. Rose pink 1 and rose pink 2 look they look the same. They look the same. Their pigment information is a little bit different, but it's so samey. How are you supposed to, with a palette like this, how are you supposed to get that contrast? How are you supposed to get those lights and darks, those contrasts? Like, how are you supposed to do that with this palette? Everything would be the same tone. Unless you use like this and this. Right? Like I don't know. I could harp on and on about that for forever. But that's not the end of my rant, right? Okay, so we've kind of gone over these palettes. The muted one, I hate. Okay, this one's the one that bothers me the most. Really bothers me the most. This one is the most irritating. So they've changed their packaging, which we'll get to later. Again, no pigment information. They didn't even bother to give these ones like fun names. Just, oh, cool gray one. So this one, and this one are the same base color, just with progressively more white. Again with this one, same brown with progressively more white. You know, you could make this a much more affordable set for artists if you made it a 9 color set with these base tones and an opaque white. That's me trying to blink. Just give us the base color and a white and then mix it. Like why do you need this? And like I know someone said like, "Oh, for illustration you want the same color." No. 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 Professionals will mix their own colors. And I mean, I understand convenience mixes, but no. That's no. I mix my own colors all the time. And yeah, I have to remix the color and yeah, you mix these colors, you're gonna get dirt. You're gonna get mud, because that's what that's what titanium white does, right? It makes things look dusty, and natural pigment smudges. What's a natural pigment smudge? Flows freely, soft diffusion, prevents waterlogging, and stains. Expresses lightness and layering. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't know what any of these words mean. Is soft diffusion supposed to be like they gradient easily? So why not say like gradient? Prevents waterlogging. What is waterlogging? And stains? Like, some pigments are more staining than others. Some pigments, you put them down, you try to lift them, and they won't come up because they've stained the paper. Like that, like super quick. Others you can lift magically because they're not staining pigments. They don't soak into the paper the way that others do. But, like, what is waterlogging? Is that supposed to be like backgrounds? Then why not use the word backgrounds? Because that's the word. I don't know. So that's that palette. Thanks, I hate it. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't be nice. I don't like it. So then I wanted to compare these and the way that they're marketed to something like Da Vinci. Okay. So this is Da Vinci Paint Co. They are a small brand in America. I want to say they're in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. Anyway, they made this beautiful palette in teaming up with Denise Soden of In Liquid Color on YouTube. Love Denise. I've been following her for years, and she is a wonderful wildlife painter. I love watching her paint. She does beautiful work. Anyway, so she made this palette. The whole idea behind this palette is that it's an opaque palette. It's $60. Pretty standard price for a palette this size. Some of these colors, so there's 12 colors, significantly less than 24. It's half of what you can get in the 24 set. But what you'll notice about this palette is that each of these colors is very different. Now, Indian red and terracotta are quite close, but they act very differently. Indian red, PR 101, is gonna, what's the word? It's gonna granulate. PR 102, I don't have as much, I haven't worked with that. But this is obviously your warm brown. This is a cool brown. Here's an even cooler brown with the violet iron oxide, which just looks gorgeous. And when you look at Denise's gray and you look at Stormy Blue, at first you go, oh man, those are really close colors. Like, oh, why would you have two of those colors on the palette? Oh, because they do this. And these are two very different colors. Denise's gray has those, I think it's quinacridone magenta, Indian Throne Blue, and no, that's not right. It's not, because PB36 is a brown, and PR10, no, I don't remember. It's been a long time since this palette came out and I saw it. But this Stormy Blue definitely has like those blue undertones, whereas Denise's gray has this kind of like pinky brown color. It's very moody. They're both very moody and they're both very pretty. I have Denise's gray. I love it. It's beautiful. And it is very opaque. But you can see this variety on the palette. You can see here, these are the mixes that you can do with these colors that they've demonstrated here. So you can get quite a variety out of these 12 colors. And that's kind of the way they designed it, right? So you have today Titanium Titan Buff, which is the PW6. You have Naples Yellow Deep. You've got the pigment information. Here it's opaque, raw sienna, terracotta, blah, blah, blah. So all the pigment information is right here. It's very open, very easy to find. Even tells you, hey, watch out. This one can cause cancer and reproductive harm. So, don't eat it. contrast this to this, where is the pigment information? Oh, let's look at the description. 24 colors, high quality material set, wide range, perfect gift, best condition, storage recommendations. Okay, specifications. It must be under there. Brand Fuumuui, color 24, gloss type, finish type gloss, size 1, blah 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 blah. Okay, nothing there. Where's the pigment information? Now you might say, oh, but it was in the pictures. No, it's not. Not for this palette. This palette didn't have any pigment information in the pictures. Do you know where you have to go to find it? You have to open up the material safety data sheets. Yep. When was the last time you opened up a material safety data sheet for paint? So I think there's a very obvious difference between DaVinci and Fuumuui and how they're marketing their paints and how they're the information that they're giving their customers. Let's go to Ganzai. Oh look, front page. Let's go to the top. Oh, look at that beautiful paint. Oh, look at Ganzai. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, look at the colors. Oh, look, all the pigment information. All of it. Front page right there. That wasn't hard. Hiding pigment information. Very transparent with pigment information. Pretty simple. Ganzai, they have a PDF that explains all of their colors. It's not a 7-page material safety data sheet. It's a very simple document that says, here's all our stuff. It's very easy to find. All you got to do is click on the palette you want to see. See lineup. Let's go. 12 colors. Not on that one. Interesting. This is not the same website I was on before. I mean, it is, but it's not. Ah. Wait, where did I find that? Dang it, Ganzai. I was proving a point, and now I can't find where I found this. Shoot. Oh well. Anyway. They do have their pigment information on their website. Right there. Easy to find. I don't know where I found this. I wish I could remember. I thought it was on here, but it's not. So anyway. Here is a Gallo. I love El Gallo. Talked about them before. Here is their mid-century palette. This is their opaque watercolor palette. This is 24 colors. The whole range for the mid-century collection. Quite a variety of colors. There's not one color here that is one color with more white and more white and more white. We have all the pigment information. We have how light fast it is, whether it's staining or not. Let's see, what else do they have? Yeah, light fastness, staining, opacity, granulation. Granulation, transparency. None of these granulate. They're all non-granulating colors. They're non-staining to staining. They're all excellent, very good to excellent light fastness. Of course, that doesn't really mean a lot because everybody rates their watercolors on their own. It's not like a
ESRB of granulation of light fastness.
Right. There's not a standard of light fastness. And then transparent, they're semi-transparent, or yeah, semi-opaque to opaque. Oh, gotta yawn again. Dang it, I'm getting tired. And that's a gallo. Now, I hope that I will be able to see. Yes. If we go to, I'll go to new, and I'll go to their 24. Now, I will admit this is a very expensive set. Do you want to guess how much a gallo's 24 set is for their opaque watercolors?
Gonna. Is it American company or Italian?
Italian.
I'm gonna guess.
Italian handmade watercolors.
I'm gonna guess one like 150 to 200.
Not bad. They are 250. Or sorry, 270.
Yeah,
They are.
I still undercut it.
You did. You undercut it.
I can remember how much the ones you got were.
The set that I got was 120.
That was a set of 6.
12.
12.
I bought individual pans first, and then I bought the natural set for 120. I'm partial to a gallo. I really like them. I think they are beautiful colors that they're beautiful colors. This is a handmade watercolor set. These are handmade in Italy. Woman owned, if you care. And they're gorgeous colors. I love them. So my bias is showing quite harshly. Can I afford these? No, I can't afford these. Do I want to afford these? Yes, I do. I would love to have these. I think actually, like, my grandmother would absolutely love these colors. Like, this palette just reminds me of my grandma. But anyway, so this is like the high end. This is the opposite of what Fuumuui is going for, right? So to compare them is not quite fair. Fuumuui wants to be affordable. A Gallo is a small company. They're, they hand make their watercolors. So it's not quite fair to compare them, but to compare the colors and the ease of finding information on their website about their colors and what's in them, I think is the most important part to me, is that we know what's in them and they are transparent. I'm gonna skip this. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to say, like, okay, here's our whites. I talked about this before. If you want to make gouache paints, look at that. Basic acrylics mixed with white paint. Look at that. Holbein Brilliant Pink mixed with white. Wow, look at that pink that's, just like that other pink. All these pinks, very easy. You can get these pastels really easy. You don't need to buy a special palette for it. Just buy some white paint, mix it with your regular watercolors, and there you go. You've got it. You've got a beautiful macaron palette of colors. Okay, so now moving on to my favorite part of where my research led me. So I came on here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That took me to the Fuumuui website. Here we go. So I searched for opaque watercolor set. That's what I put into my Google search. Here we have Fuumuui. Oh, what's this? Walmart. Walmart has Fuumuui. No, I don't want to sign in. Walmart has Fuumuui. Oh, wait. No, they don't. It's Two Rise. Yeah, that looks like a paint company. That looks really similar. That looks shockingly similar. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what the lid. Oh, look at that. There's the lid. Man, that looks really familiar. Dang, I wonder where I've seen a lid like that before. I wonder. Wonder where I've seen a lid like that before. I certainly haven't seen a lid like that on any other brand of watercolor I've ever seen. Let's continue our search here. That was weird. That was really weird. Okay, Fuumuui. Yep. Yeah, Fuumuui. Oh, what's this? Lowe's. Lowe's has this. Brand.
Lowe's.
Garvey. Oh, yeah. Lowe's. Lowe's. $31.99 at Lowe's. You can get this.
In store or just through their online?
Oh, in online only. Yeah. Online only. Same thing for Walmart, but you can get them at Walmart too. Let's look at this. Oh, let's see. Highest grade paint, product dimensions. That looks really, really similar to that same palette. By Garvey. Oh, here's one from Target. This one doesn't have a name brand attached to it at all, but oh, that looks really similar too. You know, almost like the same pictures as the Garvey one. And again, you know, I don't think you can get that red from that palette. I don't think that's possible. Interesting. Let's see. Ooh, what's this listing from Shein? Oh, look at that. Now, Shein has this really annoying thing where they swipe through and it can't stop. Only $17 on Shein, by the way. You know, down from $24.17. Ends in 21 hours. You better hurry. Better hurry. Because they're gonna stop that sale soon. Ooh, look at this. Even that flows freely, soft diffusion, prevents waterlogging and stains. Oh, where have we seen that before? Oh, new packaging. I wonder why they changed their packaging. Man, that's kind of weird, you know? That and that. Yep, so here's the Walmart one. Here's another Walmart one. This Walmart one is Marut. Oh, look at that. Look at those pictures. We've seen that flower field before. You've seen this brown before. Oh, we've seen these carts before. Look at that. All right, so let's talk about what this is. This is called white labeling. Now, white labeling is a good manufactured by one company but sold by another company under its own brand name. There are a lot of companies that do this. A lot. Especially ones that sell on Walmart.com, Amazon, Shein, all sorts of websites. You know, if it's inexpensive and the name of the company is a bunch of funky letters, they're probably a white label company. So their products are produced by a third party and sold by retailers, not realtors. Those are two different things. Sold by retailers. Shoot, I gotta sneeze. This saves production costs while focusing on branding and marketing. Expands product lines. Helps retailers offer unique branded items and maintain control over price and quality. You know, market saturation, quality control issues, blah, 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 blah. Understanding a white label product. White label products are manufactured by a third party, not the company that sells them or necessarily even markets them. The advantage is that a single company doesn't have to go through the entire process of creating and selling a product. One firm can concentrate on producing the product, another marketing it, and another can focus on selling it, each according to its expertise and preference. The major benefits of white label branding are that it saves companies time, energy, and money in terms of production and marketing costs. Another big advantage of private label brands is that the average transportation expenses might be lower than usual, and the company would benefit from distributional economies of scale. If a supermarket has an exclusive deal with a manufacturer, the retailer could sell the product for less and still reap a bigger profit margin because of the lower transport cost. Now, everybody does white labeling. Like every industry does white labeling, not every company, but every industry does white labeling, has white labeling. The benefits obviously expand product lines, large contracts, discounted sales. Stores can boost revenues by selling white label products at a discount. Quality, just as good. Reduced time to market. You don't have to worry about extended market time because yes.
Damn, Aspen Colt's buff.
Actually, I was thinking he looked like Varka. Actually,
Yeah,
Varka
yes.
Varka would be
A perfect himbo for
a perfect Timbo. Yes. Okay, anyway, so cost savings, brand expansion. Okay. So obviously, like, those are drawbacks are copycatting, monopsony. I don't know how to say that name. A powerful retailer could push out smaller competitors, resulting in a market condition where there's only one buyer. Barriers to entry, quality control, market saturation, dependence on suppliers, blah, blah, blah. Costco does this with all their Kirkland products. They don't make them, they simply package them with their Kirkland signature label. But these are white label products. So basically, oh, hey, you can maximize your retirement income. Look at that. So basically, what I am saying is Fuumuui does not make these watercolors. We believe that the tools an artist uses should be as soulful and enduring as the art they create. We cut out the premium markup, not the quality. We strive to create products that allow artists to unleash their full potential, creating with precision, passion, and freedom. Our vision is to become the most trusted art supply brand for creators worldwide, ensuring that every artist, regardless of their medium, has the perfect tool to bring their vision to life. How come Shein can sell them for $12, but Fuumuui sells them for $50?
Bulk discount. Some of those jammies that we got from my coworker came from Shein.
Mm-hmm.
She said they were like $1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My guess is Shein works much more closely with the manufacturer
Well, Shein works with multiple manufacturers, and
Yeah.
Shein is known for being very cheap. Shein was Wish before Wish was a thing.
Yeah.
Um, Wish. It's all white label products. None of the sellers on there actually made those products. They just sold them.
Yeah.
Um, Temu, same thing. But the price difference between Fuumuui and Shein is shocking. The price difference between Shein Shein and Walmart is not that different. Walmart's just $20 or 25, depending on whether you purchase it from Marote or you purchase it from Two Rise. So how come Two Rise, who I've never heard of, can sell it for $20 on Walmart.com, but Fuumuui charges $43.99, down from $80.
Well, that's clearly the better deal.
I think that if these were sold for the actual price that they cost, they would be priced somewhere at $20. Half of what Fuumuui is selling them for.
Oh, see, I would probably say like $5 to $10 or $10 to $15.
Well, considering Walmart and Shein, I would say is the better not comparison, but the better price. The better Walmart and Lowe's. So let me go back up here. That's not right. Target's 37, down from 56. Wayfair has Garvey, and that's 28, down from 46. See, even the MSRP isn't like static, right? Like now it says it's that the MSRP is 48 and it's on sale for 39. Sinsley has $24. Not on sale. $24, $25. Here's Garvey again. This is on Garvey's website, and these are $54. So more than Fuumuui, but they're the same thing. So Garvey can sell them on, or Walmart can sell them for Garvey for $20. But then when you go to Garvey's actual site, it's $54. Down from $65. So the MSRP on Garvey's site is $65. But on Fuumui's, it's $80. So what is the actual production cost of these watercolors?
$10.
How much is markup? I mean, this is a good question because, for one thing, the company that sells them has to make a profit, and the company that's advertising them, like Fuumuui, has to make or Garvey has to make a profit. So between those two, there's that markup for each of them. I mean, I feel like the way that these are, yeah, here's the Shein 1740. 29% off of $25. So Shein says that the base price, the regular price for these is $25. And they're selling them for $17. So I feel like, it's very deceptive, and they talk about wanting to be, soulful and enduring, and affordable. but then they're a white label. They've marked them up to $80 and then marked them down to $43. They haven't gone over $50 on Amazon. So how much is this company making by selling these? And then they're doing a ton of marketing. They're paying all of these YouTubers to review their products and have, 10% off code here, and buy these watercolors. They're doing a lot of work there, so they're spending a lot of money on that. It doesn't make me trust them. And then it makes me wonder, well, are they making their paintbrushes? They say they're making their paintbrushes, but are they really? Because their paintbrushes aren't getting great reviews. Now let's take this picture here, because so let's search for this on Google Lens and see what we find. That's not the same picture. Similar pictures. So I don't know. It seems disingenuous to me. And that's kind of where I think I've landed. I've landed on, this is a disingenuous company who's telling you that they're selling them at affordable prices. They want to be soulful and enduring when they're selling a white label product. Their markup on their website is twice as much as what you can buy them on almost any other website. They're not telling you what's in them. What? How does this fit in the palette?
Oh, the 10 milliliter one?
Yeah, that doesn't fit in the palette. What? It should be the same size, same shape. So you can
Like, it's not even like
close.
it's not even like four of them put together.
No. Where are you supposed to keep that? What the heck? Okay. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done with this company. I'm done. I'm so done. I hate it. I hate everything about it. If you want to have an opaque palette and you want opaque watercolors that are beautiful, that are going to do what you want them to do, that aren't a white label that's marked up ridiculously high, that you know what's in them, buy Da Vinci. Buy the Da Vinci set. Or if you can't afford the Da Vinci set, go for the Gonzai Tambi. Gonzai Tambi are going to act just as, if not better. And they're less expensive. They don't cost as much. That's the other thing. The Gonzai Tambi, these paints, they don't cost as much as the Fuumuui. These are like $30, 36. I think the Art Nouveau set, which is 36 colors, is, I think it's $36, something like that. I don't want to go back to oh, I know. I can go here. Yeah, Gansai Tamba, Kuretake Gansai Tambi, 24 set for $44. Now, that's Michael's. Michael's is obviously overpriced. Don't buy any supplies at Michael's. They overpriced all their stuff. Blick has them. Oh yeah, here we go. Blick. Oh, Blick has $60 for them, but you can get them cheaper on Amazon. And they will be. Oh wait, no, that's the larger set. That's 48. Yeah, so yeah, go to Blick, buy the smaller set of the Kuretake. Oh, they even have like a little portable set for $30. Not bad. By the Kuretake Gansai Tambi. They're better. Don't buy from Shein. Don't. I mean, if you're gonna buy these, like if you really think you want this set, buy it from Shein. It's $17. And why would you buy it from Fuumuui? It's the same thing and it's that much cheaper. Wow. Woo, look at that. You know? I hate it. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. You know, I'm not trying to say that I think that these creators who've done reviews of this are bad people for reviewing it or getting paid to review it. I don't think that they necessarily did their homework about the brand, and because I think there was only one person whose review I saw that actually mentioned that it was white label. And I'm trying to remember who that was. But there was one reviewer who said that they seemed like they could be white label. And she was correct. So I'm sure all of these artists are very good and you know they make beautiful work. But Fuumuui, not my brand. I don't desire to buy them. I don't desire to. I would rather save up my money and buy these beautiful paints. I have these beautiful paints. I want this beautiful paint set. I want all the paints. Give me all the paints, please. But yeah, that's all I have for tonight. I'm done with Fuumuui. Hopefully this is the last time I'll talk about them because I'm done with them. Yeah. So that was tonight. My rant and rave about paints. Have a good evening, and I will be back here on Monday. Yeah, Monday. I didn't play a game today, because I kind of came across this and decided that I was gonna rant. So, that was my plan. But yeah, I'll be back for Mormon Monday. Not sure what I'm gonna do with Mormon Monday right now. But we will see. All right. Have a good evening. Bye.